Want to know what you can do to skyrocket your progress as a beginner into calisthenics? Well, this is the video for you. In this video, I'll be showing you a step-by-step beginner's calisthenic guide that will help you increase your progress and help you understand what exercises and what things you need to do in order to get started with your calisthenics journey. So stay tuned to the end of this video because everything is going to be important in order to help you progress as quick as possible into your calisthenics journey. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into it. I believe in calisthenics, what we focus mostly on is going to be the horizontal push, horizontal pull, vertical push, vertical pull, and quad dominant exercises. Number one horizontal pushing exercise is going to be the push-up. Push-ups are great for working on your chest, shoulders, and triceps. This is something you can do simply with your body weight, of course, because this is calisthenic base, and you can do this anywhere. Push-ups can be a great base of strength for the archer push-ups, pike push-ups, diamond push-ups, so on and so forth. Push-ups are the first entry level into these different push-up variations, which could eventually lead to really good, crazy skills like the handstand push-up. If you can't quite do the push-up yet, I'm gonna show you some exercise variations or progressions that you can do to learn that push-up, because that's gonna be very fundamental that you wanna learn and be able to do. So these exercises should help you build strength for the push-up. So the first exercise is gonna be knee push-ups. So basically you're gonna go on your knees, get into that push-up form, go down, all the way up. You want to squeeze your chest at the top. Next progression you want to do is going to be shoulder taps. This is going to help increase core strength and increase shoulder strength as well, and stability. So for shoulder taps, this is basically the starting position for the push-up. And then you go one side, bam, other side. And then one of my favorites that I use for my clients is gonna be negative push-ups. So basically, starting out here, and you go nice and slow all the way down, bam. And you come back up, start back over, nice and slow. And the next thing we'll go over now is going to be vertical pushing. Vertical pushing, you're going to be mostly focusing on shoulders for this part and triceps. One of the great beginner-friendly progressions or exercises I would start off with is going to be the pike hold. So the pike hold, you're going to start off in the push-up position. And you're going to walk your feet to your hands till eventually you feel weight carrying onto your shoulder. And then you're just gonna hold that position there. If you find yourself struggling to hold that position for about 30 seconds, I would say you can do a progression like this. So you're gonna walk into it, hold for a few seconds, walk back out of it, and then walk back into it. If you found those pretty easy, the next thing you would work on would be pike push-ups. So this is a great one for your shoulders and for the triceps. And this is a great progression for the handstand push-up as well. So for pike push-ups, getting into that pike hold, then you're gonna lean forward like you would do with a handstand push-up, then back up. Believe it, a lot of calisthenic exercises require a lot of shoulder strength to perform certain skills, like the handstand push-up. So working on these exercises like the pike hold, pike push-ups are great entries of practice for the handstand, and then eventually that handstand push-up. Okay, now we're gonna be going over vertical pulling. So vertical pulling primarily targets the lats and the biceps. The king of vertical pulling is gonna be the pull-ups, in my opinion. That's the best back exercise that you can do to increase not only your back strength, but your back definition and muscles, especially in your lats and your biceps. So definitely you want to be able to learn or do pull-ups in your training. But if you can't do pull-ups quite yet, don't worry, I'm gonna help you out on that. So the first exercise you want to do are dead hangs, which is going to help with strengthening your grip. And then the next thing you want to do is going to be active hanging or scapular retraction, which is great for strengthening the initial movement into the pull-up. If you see with the pull-up, the first thing you're going to do is put your scapulas together and then use your biceps and your lats to pull up. So bam, bam, bam. I think for pull-up too, you want to keep your legs nice and straight, squeeze together. That's going to help give the best core activation, in my opinion, which is great for learning the muscle up, explosive pull-ups, and other pull-up variations. Horizontal pulling. Pulling horizontally works on the back and biceps, but more specifically works on the rear delts, the rhomboids, and other muscles throughout the mid-back. Working on horizontal pulling exercises are great for strengthening your posture, can help keeping your shoulders back and your chest up, but also horizontal pulling can help you with exercises and skills like the front lever row, and many more exercises and skills. So this is something you definitely want to add as a beginner into your arsenal. You want to make sure you get the basics down for the horizontal pulling. So one of my go-to are going to be the Australian pull-ups. Australian pull-ups, you can make the difficulty as hard as you want, depending on your angle. So if you're up here, you're going to use less of your body weight. You're going to pull up. So this will probably be an easier variation for most to start off with. And then you're just gonna walk forward with your feet, increasing that leverage. Bam. Then you just keep going down to make it challenging, more challenging. Okay. But if that's too easy for you, I'll work on the tuck front lever, which is really good. Entry level progression into the front lever in general. So you need to get into a false grip. And then you're gonna bring your feet up, slightly angle your body, and hold that position, engaging your lats and rear delts and scapula. And one overlooked thing that you wanna work on is gonna be your core. Your core is gonna be important. Having a strong core is important in calisthenics, since a lot of calisthenic exercises involves the core. And having a strong core can give you an advantage for calisthenic skills like the L sit. So now I'm going to show you a few exercises that you can do as a beginner. So the first one I did starting out a lot was flutter kicks. Flutter kicks are going to work on your lower abs and your hip flexors as well, which is important for the L sit. So come out here, just going to go up and down just like that. And what I did like a workout set of 3. I did 3 sets for 30 seconds, and I would have a really short rest period in between of about 10 to 15 seconds. And that's kept the intensity pretty high and helped me strengthen my core quicker than if I would have rested longer in between those sets. So that was one that I did. And another one I love doing was just regular, I guess they're called leg raises. So coming up, nice and slow, controlled on the way down, back up, control on the way down. And the last one, which I think is very important for overall the whole core, is gonna be hollow body holds. So you're gonna hold your arm out here, legs out here, and then you're just gonna look up and hold it just like this. And that one is great for getting your body in position for the handstand. That's kind of what you're doing. But I don't think it necessarily I think it'll help improve your handstand, maybe a small amount. But again, like I said, this is good. Core is going to be in everything, every exercise that you do in calisthenics. So it is important to have a strong core to help you with these different exercises. And one thing I think is definitely overlooked in the calisthenic community is working on your legs. A lot of calisthenic athletes skip leg day because legs help weigh you down. They're gonna weigh you down. You're doing skills like the planche, L-sit, or front lever. But I think it's important to work on your legs because I like to be balanced overall. And I also want to look symmetrical. I don't want to have a huge upper body and small, skinny legs. So I try to be as symmetrical as possible, working on my legs. And they do help, especially if you work on your lower back and glutes. Like if you're doing a straddle planche, it's gonna help having strong glutes in the lower back, and of course the core as well will help you keep your legs out straight and to be able to hold your legs when you're into that straddle planche position. And also with the straddle front lever, kind of the same thing there. You want to engage your glutes, keeping your feet out and engaged. And then eventually, of course, with that full front lever, kind of the same thing, engage those glutes, keeping your legs nice and tight and keeping you in that straight horizontal line. And also I think it's cool to learn the pistol squat, and the pistol squat is going to be a leg skill or a leg exercise if you want to call it a skill. I think it could be a skill as well. I think it looks pretty cool, especially as a leg exercise. So we're going to go over that and progressions to get to that pistol squat. So pistol squat, one leg out, coming down on one leg, keep your weight on one leg, being able to balance and be mobile enough to do it, and then push back up. For a lot of people, when it comes to the pistol squat, mobility is going to be an issue. So you want to make sure you're stretching your hamstrings, your ankles. Sometimes ankle mobility is the issue. And then also, of course, strength is going to be the next thing. So I'm going to show you some progressions here. So to strengthen your quads, you're going to put your feet on an elevated surface like this. Come out slightly, go down, come back up. And you want to push through the leg that's going to be in front of you, and then just use the other leg to keep your balance. The next thing would be using something like this. One leg is going to be on the ground, one leg is going to be out. You're just going to use the other leg to assist you on the way down, and then push right back up. And it's going to help you with your balance, keeping your balance, and you're still working on that mobility and strength as you push all the way through. And it helps you with that full range of motion as well. Before you start your workout session, please make sure to warm up. Warming up increases your heart rate and therefore your blood flow. This will enable you to have more oxygen to reach your muscles. And warm up also activates and primes the connections between your nerves and muscles, which improves the efficiency of movement. So you really need to warm up in order to properly prepare your muscles and joints and prevent injuries. As far as when it comes to workout split and how many days you should work out, I would say for your workout split, you want to do a upper lower. And for how many days you want to work out, you want to do 3 days out of the week to start out as a beginner. And the reason why you want to do an upper lower split is so that you're able to work on your upper lower body without complicating things. Just focus on the main progressions like the push-up, pull-up, dips, horizontal pulling like Australian pull-ups, basically pike push-ups, vertical pulling. Make sure you get all of those in that one workout for upper. And then with lower, you're gonna work on your legs. You can do some quad dominant exercises. You're gonna work on your hamstrings. You work on your core. So I would split it up that way, have an upper body day, and then on legs, I would add core to legs. And then the reason why you want to do just 3 days out of the week starting out is because as a beginner, you're not used to doing these exercises, these movements. So you will be really sore. And sometimes that's the downfall of when beginners get started into training is that they train too hard to start out, and they end up hurting themselves or sore for the whole week and end up missing the 2 other days they should work out because they start off too strong. So take it easy, take it step by step. Make sure you're getting a proper rest time. I'll say maybe 2 to 3 minutes after each exercise. And like I said earlier with core, you want to keep that intensity. So I'll say 10, 20 seconds in between those sets for core. So there's a lot that goes into it. But if you want to see why I picked my upper lower split, I will check out this video right here and you'll see my reasoning why behind that. I hope this video helped you to get started into your calisthenics journey, as a beginner. If you feel like I missed a few points, just let me know down in the comment section below and maybe I can address it there. If you have any more questions, just leave a comment down below and I'll address it and talk to you about it. But if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like the video if you found it helpful for you, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out.